Welcome back to my throne, everyone. It's Dark Prince Leo back with another video. I just want to say sorry if I didn't post last week. A lot of things were happening, going on. I mean, there was Cinco de Mayo, there was May the 4th be with you, Revenge of the 5th, pretty much a whole Star Wars weekend. But not only that, even movies were coming out this weekend too. And the one that I went to go see is, well, if you all didn't know, I am a Marvel fan, so you probably could guess which movie I went to see. I went to see The Thunderbolts. Of course, I know this video is kind of late. I wanted to do one after I got back, but like I said, things went on. But of course, I also wanted to wait and see if everyone else saw the movies first, like before I posted. So, went to see Thunderbolts. And yes, as if you all have seen the movie so far, watched the end credit scene and before and all that, they're basically the new Avengers now. So, and well, I'll talk more about that later. But watching the Thunderbolts, it was such an amazing movie. I gotta say, I didn't expect too high hopes for it because some people I saw some rumors saying like it was gonna flop or it was gonna be bad, terrible, but it was amazing. It was pretty good. I liked it, and not only that, but because I saw it in Cinemark, it was even better because being able to watch the Thunderbolts, which means if you have Cinemark in your local town or city, and they had these because collectible tin buckets. I mean, look, you got Elena, you got the U.S. Agent, you got good old Bucky the Winter Soldier, and you got Red Guardian, and you got the Taskmaster, and you got the Ghost. So yeah, this is a pretty cool tin bucket right here. Pretty cool to have. I recommend this for any Marvel fan who, Marvel fan of anything. Thunderbolts, Avengers, X-Men. If you want to get something like this, you better get it. But not only that, they also had this cool cup too. Shows them all. Very cool. I like the design on this. It's very, very cool. Very cool. So, and of course, I'm gonna be keeping those two together. So, and of course, if you all seen some of my other gosh, what was I gonna say? Sorry, lost my train of thought. But if you've seen one of my other videos where I gave you a tour around my apartment, and you saw the first video, you saw that whole entire bucket collection. Yeah, this is gonna be added to it. Both this and the collector cup definitely be added to it. So basically, I also want to thank Cinemark for having these because it is so cool that they have these every time. And because I'm also a Cinemark Rewards member, it's a good thing because help me score points. I believe I got a discount too. So it's always good to go to Cinemark and watch the movies, and seeing the Thunderbolts there, it was amazing. I mean, I know other places like around the world. I heard California has like the best theaters there. So I guess. But you know what? I make do with what I can. I cherish the best, cherish the little one what I got. And seeing the Cinemark in my theaters just brought even more joy. So, and I gotta say, and like I said, such a great Marvel movie. I wasn't expecting it to be, I was expecting it to be good, but I wasn't expecting it to be that good. And like I said, I'm a big Marvel fan. I'm always gonna stay loyal to the Marvel universe, So, and seeing the Thunderbolts, I felt like I had to see it because we were all wondering, like, yes, after the whole Infinity War and Endgame, we all figured what's gonna happen to the Avengers and everything. And of course, Marvel comes out with a few Marvel movies that doesn't have to do with the Avengers, but it's gathering new people to help save the world. And you know what? I find that kind of exciting. I'm really looking forward to any other Marvel movies that they will be making. And of course, if you stayed through to the end credit scene, watched the post credits and the after credits, and saw what was happening on what they saw on the giant computer screen. Like, you see Yelena, and you see Bucky, and everyone else looking at the computer screen. Something coming from space. Just a rocket. And of course, when it turns, what do you see? You see the Fantastic Four symbol. Which means, of course, and all of you have seen it too, we've seen the trailers, we've seen the previews. The Fantastic Four is coming. So, and, well, I know all of you have already wondered if you've been around as long as I have too, when the first Fantastic Four came out too, like way back in 2004. And then, of course, we've seen the rise of the Silver Surfer, and then we've seen this new version of the Fantastic Four. Then, now, we have this, the Fantastic Four versus New Steps, in which it'll be coming. So, but I'll be talking about that later. Right now, like I said, I'm getting way off track here. So, but, like I said, I think this was one of the best Marvel movies that I have seen so far. And, but I will be honest, I still don't think it can top Endgame or the Infinity War. So, but I would say it's definitely a great Marvel movie to watch, and especially to see a story of like people who have fallen or lost their way, and just to get back up there to like prove that they can do some good. I think that was a very great story. I think very great storyline. I mean, seeing all these people who've lost their way. I mean, we've all seen what happens. I mean, Yelena, she lost her sister. Walker, a former Captain America, but then disgraced his shield. I mean, if you've seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, definitely watch that. Of course, we all know Bucky's story, brain controlled by Hydra, and we all know what happened to that. Red Guardian, well, part of the Russian Soviet Union, I believe. I forgot. But he was in prison, though. If you've seen the movie Black Widow, he was in prison. So, and then, of course, you got the Taskmaster. Of course, very tragic story of what happened to her. So, only way you find out, definitely watch the Black Widow movie if you haven't seen it. So, and then, of course, you got the Ghost. I mean, the only way you know about her, if you've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, definitely watch that, because then you'll know. So like I said, the primary movies and shows that you want to watch are, of course, you got the Ghost. For Taskmaster, Red Guardian, and Yelena, watch Black Widow. And of course, just watch Hawkeye too, because then you'll see why Yelena was even more part so. And of course, if you watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, if you've got Disney Plus, definitely watch it, because then you'll see what happens. Like I said, it's all true. And then, of course, Bucky, of course, watch the Captain America movies again, too. And then watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then you'll see what happens. You know? So I would definitely recommend watching these movies over again. And then just watching Thunderbolts just for the fun of it, too. That's the way I see it. So, but great movie, great storyline. And then seeing how it all comes up to Bob. So, but you'll find more about Bob and the Sentry. If you read some of the other Marvel comics that involves the Sentry, he's pretty much a balance between good and evil. I guess it just all depends on the situation and season. So, but I think that's going to be all for my video. So, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys are watching the Thunderbolts, or you have watched it. So make sure to subscribe, like, comment, turn on notifications. Make sure to check out my other videos. And like I said, help me reach my goal of 1,000 subs. And I'll catch you guys later.